AI's impact on the world could be compared to the internet's impact on the world or even electricity. It has introduced a new way of doing things. It has changed previous notions on how we should do things. And I think moving forward, there will be ways that we have done things in the past for the last generation or two that will soon be going away. This will touch all things that you do in your life, whether you like it or not, whether it's your phone, your car, your oven, your fridge. Things moving forward now will have that capability to interact with you and give you detailed responses in a very human communication style that will change what we think of as machines. Because now we're going to interact with all machines as if they're humans. And that's a crazy thought.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Abran Maldonado, and I'm hoping that this will be fun for you. What I want to do today is take you on a journey, kind of like a 101 course, on just all the basics that you should be aware of when it comes to using generative AI and starting your journey. So I think it's important that we take things step by step. We explore just more than just ChatGPT. I think there's so much more out there to explore beyond just that one chatbot that everyone was initially introduced to. Now there's a whole community, a whole network of tools that we will leverage as we make you more efficient, we make you more powerful and more productive at work and at home. And I'm excited for you all because what I'm going to introduce to you all today is really going to help your life in a lot of ways. So, no pressure, take this step by step. Let's just treat this as the beginning of our journey, and I'm excited to have you along. So, again, welcome.
So AI is not a new technology. It's not a new concept. It's been around for decades, but in a very different way where it's kind of baked into the tools that we use on a daily basis. So whether it's everyday products like your phone or your TV, or if it's your car, there's always ways that you're interacting with AI without you realizing. What's changed now is what's called generative AI, where it can generate new content and generate thoughts and generate responses based on your question. Now, with generative AI, it's generating a net new output based on your question and based on your requests that did not already exist in the database. And that creates new opportunity and a lot of potential for what can come out of AI based on how it's being influenced by both your question and its data set.
So, if any of you hear the term large language model, it's the foundational technology underneath an AI tool that we might explore, like a ChatGPT. Now, the way that these large language models work is that it is training itself on how we leverage words and use text in our own human conversations. So it's trying to emulate the pattern that we use when we speak. It associates all of that text into numbers or tokens, and it's just trying to predict the next word and follow the pattern that we are teaching it as we speak to each other. And as it reads the text of a conversation, of a fictional poem or short story, it's trying to follow that same pattern and pick up on those patterns for its next output. When you ask it a question, it's trying to please you. It's trying to give you a set of words that it believes fit your pattern. The only way to truly accurately fit your pattern is to give it prompt instructions. So the better your instructions, the better it will continue your pattern and answer you in a way that you are satisfied with.
I think the controversial part with AI is that we think it's simply just a machine. But with these large language models, it's truly a collection of human thought and published work by us. So it's also a reflection of the human experience back to us. If you think of the millions of articles and written pieces of work that are in these data sets, all it's giving back to us are our own human patterns and how we communicate with each other. So we should not be shocked when it's accurate in how it communicates with us like a human, because it's learning from all of human history and what has been given to it in that data set. So the best way to communicate with it is like a human to human interaction. Think of AI as a new hire or an intern. If you give AI that same context as you would a new hire, it can do great things to support you. You have to almost talk to it as if it is a human and maybe remove the concepts that you're talking to a computer because then you'll talk to it like it's a computer. If the more you talk to AI like a human, the better it will reason and the better it will understand the task at hand. So, one of the things we learned from an AI machine, Clara, on our team is AI is meant to replace the things that you weren't meant to do anyway. We as humans were not meant to sit at a desk for 8 hours creating a spreadsheet. There are so many things that we do that are tedious, that are laborious, that are monotonous, that are repetitive, that is probably better suited for a machine to learn that pattern and automate for us so that we can get back to doing the things that are more intended for humans and human interaction. AI is great at automating the tasks that are needed to help scale the work that we do well. And that can happen with a single chatbot, or that can happen what's now known as a swarm of AI agents. Now, think if you're out in the field at a conference or doing work in real life, or even spending time with family, there is still tasks that are being completed and assigned to the AI to work on your behalf. That is the world that we are soon entering. And think of the amount of work that can be done with this capability. So I get excited by combining, a professional that knows their craft, that's a master in their fields, and combining that with with the power of AI. I think the relationship with AI and creativity should be no different than any other tools that were introduced into the creative world over the last several years or even decades. Think of Photoshop. Before Photoshop, there was a manual process for editing photos, and it was an amazing craft, an amazing skill set, but that became enhanced with the introduction of the Adobe Creative Suite. And it also created an opportunity for specialists that specifically work with that toolkit. AI tools are simply that, just another tool that are going to be mastered by future generations and current generations that will just learn that skill set that might not have the prior skill sets of generations past. But it will open the door for new artists and new creatives that have mastered those tools to introduce new works of art that we have never seen before in history.